Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 48 of Popcorn Problems. My name is Elon Pressman, and I'm here with my very good friend and fellow co-host,
Nicholas DePasco. Every week we'll make sure you're caught up with the biggest news and movies in Hollywood.
This week we're going to be giving you our review of the Hadestown, the musical movie, one of last weekend's biggest new releases. But before we get to that, let's pop in, where we run through the biggest movie stories this week. What's up, guys? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm back in the host chair this week. But Nick, you did a fantastic job holding the reins last week. I think you did great.
I'm glad. I appreciate it. Out of the driver chair, back in the host seat. But yeah, no, it was fun, man. We'll see if we get to doing that again. We'll see, maybe sooner rather than later. I don't know. But yeah. How are you feeling, Alon?
I'm good. I've been packing because I'm leaving my current apartment. So I'm literally handing in my keys in a couple days. But from recording, I'm seeing Spider-Man tomorrow, which I'm really, really excited for.
Cool.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, last week we mentioned that we're going to be reviewing Her Private Hell. We'll discuss during what we watched why we switched our review this week. But I'm honestly very happy we did. I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to move in straight to the box office like I always do. Here we go. Okay, so this weekend our total was $141.6 million, which is down 26.7% from this weekend last year, and down 30.9% from last weekend. Number one this week, obviously, is The Odyssey. Nothing even really came out to combat it, to be honest. Originally, Spider-Man Brand New Day was slated for this weekend, but then it moved a week later, just so it had Odyssey, so it wouldn't interfere with the Odyssey too much. Mm-hmm. So that's why there's not really anything that came out this weekend. Just wanted to throw that out there. But the Odyssey pulled in 87 million domestic this weekend, which was only a 30% drop from last weekend. Our domestic total is at 286.4 million, global total of 639.6 million on a $250 million budget. This movie accounted for 60% of every dollar spent at a North American theater, and premium large formats made up 57% of its own gross, which is up from 53% last weekend. IMAX alone is at 140 million globally, or 22% of the worldwide total. Korea, China, and Japan haven't even opened yet, so it seems that $1 billion is pretty much guaranteed at this point. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. We got our third $1 billion movie this year. I'll talk about that in a minute. But 3 is the most we've had in any year since 2019. 2019, we had 7 or maybe 7 or 9 $1 billion films. And then obviously COVID 2020, I don't think we had any. And then it's been 1, 2, maybe 3 since, per year. So we're already at 3 with 4 on its way. And then, Spider-Man Brand New Day is 100. I think I saw a headline that it's tracking to make 800 million in its opening weekend, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's not even counting Doomsday, Dune, whatever, any other big, movies coming out later on in the year. So I'm just want to throw that out there. Super exciting stuff.
Can I say and we were talking a bit about this before we started recording, but I feel like half of the hype for Spider-Man and the reason that it could be this big box office success, obviously more than just the fact that it's Spider-Man, is the amount of secrecy that's with the marketing of the film currently, how we mentioned before with not even knowing who Sadie Sink is playing and not knowing half of the things that are going on in the film, that builds so much hype, I feel. And I think that's something that's missing from so many modern superhero films, is just that that desperation to win an audience. I can't really think of one in particular. I mean, I guess Avengers Doomsday, but it's happened to several. So just letting the audience find out for themselves what happens in the movie, not spoiling things in the trailer, not spoiling things in the press.
I would say Thunderbolts did a pretty good job with that as well. hiding a lot of
yeah,
surprises.
I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there weren't as yeah, you know what? Thunderbolts also did a pretty good job at that. There weren't as many like big surprises. I would say like maybe the one thing that like you could call a surprise was like the new Avengers thing. But that was kind of a marketing ploy, you know, like but yeah, I don't know. I just think we need that. I just think we really do need that secrecy back for films, so that it's so to give that audience that premium experience. I don't know. I just see so much of like, I mean, as I said, for Avengers and other stuff with even DC and such. So
yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we've been talking. You know, we'll go more in depth into this next week when we're talking about just Marvel in general. But you know, Kevin Feige has been saying that they're working over quantity over quality, or sorry, quality over quantity now, and
I could have believed the other way around. All right,
you know, you could really feel that. I would say starting from Thunderbolts, I would say every project since then has been really solid, if not like fantastic. And so, you know, I feel like with every project that's coming, he's holding up that promise of, you know, really fixing the mistakes that they made in the past few years. And, you know, later on when I talk about the Comic-Con stuff, you know, he didn't make that many announcements. They're really focusing on what they're working on now, and I guess making that be the best that it can be, instead of, I don't think we'll ever get those like big slate announcements like how we had ever again. I wouldn't be surprised if we never see that, just because it's too many promises that like you can't guarantee anymore. You know, there was a time where you can make those type of promises and, you know, most of them will happen. But I mean, look at James Gunn and his DCU, right? As we talk about every fucking week. You know, that slate means nothing. And until it's actually written and greenlit, then, you know, that's when that movie actually goes into production. So I just think it's quite cool. Yeah.
How much do you think we have to talk about either both James Gunn or Kevin Feige to get them on the podcast? Like, to finally ring their little bells.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like spill all the cinematic universe secrets, bro. No, but I agree 100%. Especially, I noticed that as well. We'll talk about it more later on. But I noticed that as well with the announcements of the Marvel films. Of like, we just got like two films, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, no more slates. And I guess, as much as that lowers the excitement, because it is cool to like have this whole slate of like, oh my god, freaking the Eternals in 2027, and then freaking Ghost Rider 2029, you know what I mean, like that, like if they do get ahead of themselves, and you know, it just leads to disappointment overall. So I'm very happy that Marvel is taking this newfound approach, and I do think ultimately the existence of the DCU and the pressure that it put on Marvel is proving to be something. We'll see what happens when the actual movies come out, but listen, I like it.
Healthy competition, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So moving on, in the box office, number 2 this week is Moana. In its third weekend, it pulled in $10.5 million domestic, which is a 40% drop from last weekend, which means domestic total is at $102.5 million. Global total is $228.2 million on a $250 million budget. It's exhausting that it's still making, you know, it's not making much, but it's still making money. So, I mean, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. It doesn't deserve any more of my energy. Fuck you, film.
Valid.
Yeah. Cool headline number 3 is Toy Story. In its 6th week, it pulled in $10 million domestic, which is only a 27% drop from last weekend, which means that the domestic total is $448.6 million, and globally it hit $1 billion this week. We're at $1.02 billion on a $250 million budget. This week it became the year's highest grossing movie and the third to clear $1 billion after Super Mario Galaxy and Michael. Both of those movies just made it to $1 billion, like crept there like snails. But this one is still gonna continue making money. So that's how it became a $1 billion film in this week, and also simultaneously became the highest grossing movie of the year.
Animated films are back,
Fun
baby.
fact.
Sorry, you're gonna say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pixar got the news the same week the studio handed out company-wide layoffs.
Yeah, that's also very depressing, especially because the layoffs are apparently due to the performance of Hoppers, and how it didn't necessarily underperform, but it also didn't overperform. It did a pretty mediocre in the box office, so that's really disappointing, especially considering that film I thought was really special. But
yeah, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I guess you know, the old mouse will cut the cheese however he wants to. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's stupid.
All right.
I'm sorry, that's stupid. The old mouse will cut the cheese, referencing like thousands of people losing their jobs and livelihood. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude, that's good.
Oh, God.
That's good. Number 4 this week is Hadestown, the musical that pulled in $9.7 million domestic. The Broadway capture surfed the Greek mythology wave to a top 5 debut, and it opened just about as big as Hamilton did when it came out. I think it was like last year or the year before, something like that. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'm looking on here. Obsession is still in the top 10. I read something that it's like the 6th highest, most profitable, like highest grossing horror movie of all time, which is like insanity.
Yeah.
It's at 440 million global. Incredible. Year to date, we're up 10%. This year total 5.67 billion. Last year from this time frame 5.16 billion. And with Spider-Man Brand New Day opening soon, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be very big and very, very exciting. All right, so Comic-Con happened this week. Other than the Marvel panel, not much, I would say, right? Like, I feel like other years we've gotten a lot more news and fun things to sink our teeth in. DC had a Green Lantern panel. I know they dropped a trailer. I didn't watch it. I heard it is a good trailer.
Yes, I actually did watch it.
Okay, so can you talk about it? Like,
yeah, for sure.
So, I know, like the Manhunters I think are there is something I heard, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we see a first look at a few things at Manhunters, at Sinestro as well, at the actual Green Lantern powers, like them doing different shit with the ring. And also we get a look into their dynamic as to how, like, what the story is actually going to be about and how it's going to work. And this is actually a good trailer. This actually made me excited for the series and made me less worried about its quality. I don't understand why the previous trailers were the way they are. I think the only reason I could really think of is just, like, them not cementing how the Green Lantern effects might look. And so, like, now up to this point, like, because what, the show comes out in, like, August, I believe?
Pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, they progressed further into the VFX and everything, so maybe I can imagine that's why we got a better quality trailer. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting. It definitely looks better. It's the dynamic of I believe it's Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, of Hal Jordan being like the older Green Lantern who's training the younger Green Lantern, and then but the real reason, like, and I think there's something going on where Jon Stewart is told, like, oh yeah, you're gonna be his backup, but then, like, eventually it's revealed that he's not actually his backup. He's supposed to be replacing Hal Jordan. I don't know. There's a lot of things that this trailer hints at, and also, like, it doesn't just stay within, like, planet Earth. It actually goes, like, intergalactic with, like, we see them on different planets and talking to, like, other creatures and beings, but also the parts that are on Earth seem very grounded and human. A little bit of that, like, Marvel Quirk Chungus dialogue, but what are you gonna do? That just goes to par for every superhero film these days. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely more interested in it. Not that I wasn't gonna watch it before. There's more of a reason to be excited for it now, and I'm just really sad that it's not like like a week or 2 weeks before the trailer comes out, where, like, nobody is really aware of the show. But we'll see. Hopefully, it picks up the pace somehow.
Yeah, it releases August 16th. So
There you go. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's
right. Okay, so that's Lanterns. I just wanted to say a few stats regarding Comic-Con. It was sold out all 4 days, pulled in more than 135,000 people, and a projected $160 million economic impact for the region, which is crazy. Marvel returned to Hall H this year, first time since 2024, where they revealed Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. They did some fun stuff. They gave out like Doctor Doom masks and a cape, like to every single person in the room. They had Ryan Reynolds as like Deadpool. Actually, I have a theory about that, but I'll get into that in a second. But Ryan, they had a bit with Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. It was a fun time. They made some, not too many announcements, as I said, but some pretty cool ones. So I'm just gonna go through them. Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider. That's something I feel like that's been rumored for years. I feel like I've been hearing that as a fan cast and then a rumor for so long. And it's finally official. We have a Ghost Rider film releasing in 2028 with Sean Levy directing, and Ryan Gosling is going to be playing Johnny Blaze. You laugh, but I think he's overhated. I like Sean Levy.
I don't think he's necessarily like a bad director. I just think he's kind of non-specific. He's a studio director. You know what I mean? Like, he's not bad.
For sure.
Deadpool and Wolverine isn't a bad film, but it is very much like the archetypical Marvel film, and it worked more as a comedy film too as well. I don't know what direction they're gonna go for Ghost Rider, but I think Ghost Rider has the potential to be like something really neat and interesting. And just looking at the people that they have like attached to it, other than Ryan Gosling, it just kind of gives me more Marvel slop, which is not what I wanted Ghost Rider to be. I kind of think it's very distinctive from everything else in Marvel. But also, I guess that's my fault for having any hope of anything better than grade Marvel quality. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would have just hoped for something cooler, but or something more, or like a more interesting creative attached to it. But it's probably gonna be fun.
I agree. It's the same team behind the Star Wars Starfighter movie that's going to be coming out next year, so clearly that must be looking good if they're already greenlighting like this next one with the same team. I do think of someone like Scott Derrickson, which was behind Doctor Strange, and then now does the Black Phone, or Sam Raimi would have been very like. Yeah, I think Sam Raimi was like might have been the obvious choice. And he's vocally said before that he wants to direct another film for Marvel, so. I wonder if maybe they had conversations with him and it didn't go through or what. Yeah, I do agree Sean Levy isn't the most exciting, but I do have trust in the movie. Ryan Gosling seems to have creative control over it. He's said that he was pitching the movie for years. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how good Starfighter is too when it comes out. I'm excited for. Yeah, I'm honestly more excited for Starfighter in some weird reason. And like honestly, moreover to see if it is actually slop or not. And I don't think it'll be entirely slop. Like I think there's a chance that Starfighter could be really good. We'll see. Yeah. So that's the one big piece of info we got for the night. That's what they opened with. The second big piece of info, which this is something that they closed with, this is what they closed the ceremony with. We have our new Black Panther. We got a release date. Let me just say that. Release date confirmed for Black Panther 3. Ryan Coogler back to direct. Releasing December 15th, 2028. Denzel Washington himself said many times before that he's in this movie. But that was, officially confirmed on stage. Denzel Washington is involved, in the film. It's going to be shot on film, which is really, really cool for, large scale format. They have an Oscar winner director back, so, he wants to keep the quality. And then they ended that bit with our new Black Panther, who's going to be played by David Johnson. Incredible pick.
incredible pick. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
happy with it. I think he's great in everything I've seen him in. I've only really seen him in Alien Romulus and The Long Walk. And in both those films, he gave such different performances, but still such powerful ones. He's so captivating on screen. He has a resemblance to Chadwick Boseman. I just think he's a great pick. I'm super, super excited. For a while, it was rumored to be Damson Idris, the guy from the F1 movie. And honestly, like, I didn't really even think about David Johnson for the role, but now, like, I can't unthink it. Like, I think he's perfect. I'm so incredibly happy. How do you feel about that?
No, yeah, absolutely. I think Johnson can bring a real like sensitivity to the Black Panther character, because like yeah, I've also seen him in both The Long Walk and Alien Romulus, and in both films he's not like this like I guess super stoic character like how he I guess maybe a little bit more on The Long Walk, but yeah, like how Black Panther has been played before. So it'll be definitely interesting, a unique performance, or a unique portrayal of Black Panther. And I also think I'm excited for Ryan Coogler to be back. I think Marvel really, got the early worm when it came to like getting him early in his career, and then kind of
for sure
making him come back every single like 4 to 5 years to make a new Black Panther.
But I mean, I'm sure he wants to come back. I'm sure he does it.
I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, I'm a little curious. I do want to know like if he actually enjoy. I mean, I'm sure he does. I don't think he wouldn't if he didn't, and I'm sure the paycheck is good too. But but I mean, like it's just very interesting. It's like how that idea of like one for them, one for me when it comes to like making films. That's kind of how I wonder, because I feel like if he didn't have to do that, he wouldn't. He would just like keep making something original, like maybe like Sinners 2 or whatever. But I like the fact that he's forcing Marvel to be like, hey, listen, like I'm an Oscar-winning director now. We're gonna put this bitch on film.
I'm gonna make a real film here.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna make a real film, and we're not gonna fuck around. All right. And then Feige's all right, yes sir. You know what I mean?
But like, this is what I'm saying. Like, they're locking in. It makes me so happy.
It looks insane. I'm very excited. I do feel bad for the actress for Shuri seen on stage, like while everything was announced. Like you could tell I mean you could tell she was trying to be as enthusiastic as possible. But like, listen, bro, like if that were me, I'd be burnt as well, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'd be a little salty.
Listen. Okay? The way I see it is that she's really going to be only in one less film than Chadwick Boseman, okay? Chadwick Boseman was in Civil War. He was in Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame. That's 4 films, okay? Shuri's going to have Black Panther 2. She's going to have Doomsday, and then she's probably going to be in Secret Wars. Okay, that's 3 films. And then I'm sure she'll still be Black Panther for a little bit in Black Panther 3 and pass the torch, or something. I don't know. I don't feel that bad, because also like T'Challa is Black Panther. She got the role. Like it was never the creative plan to have Shuri take over as Black Panther, at least at that point. And the only reason why she got the role of Black Panther is because they didn't want to recast T'Challa. But now they're able to play around with time. They're going to have to age up the son, or whatever is going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy with the news. I think it's very exciting stuff. David Johnson's a great actor, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if I think it's as simple as if Wakanda Forever popped off, if Shuri really popped off as like Black Panther, then she would have been our next Black Panther, you know what I mean? Like, but she didn't, unfortunately. People didn't really respond to her. X or Y reason, who knows why.
Yeah, I will say I really did like Wakanda Forever. I thought she was great,
I liked it too.
I thought she was great, but I can't pretend to not be excited about David Johnson being the next Black Panther. Like, that's just inherently incredibly exciting to me.
Absolutely. No, I just think that one picture where like it's David Johnson like I don't know, hitting
Yeah.
like an aura pose or something, and then like you just see
Yeah,
her
yeah,
face
yeah.
in the
And she's just
background.
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I just think that's a hilarious picture, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? You didn't make the cut, unfortunately. I feel bad saying that, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay, so those were the two main big things. They showed like a clip from Brand New Day. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even read the description just because I'm seeing the movie tomorrow. Like, you know, I don't really need to see much else. I'm sold on the film already. So, yeah. And then they also talked about on Endgame Encore, which is gonna release on the 25th, Infinity Vision with a new footage to tie into Doomsday. And then they talked about Doomsday itself. Didn't really unveil much. I think it was our first look at Downey's voice as Doom. Not Captain Carter. What's her name? Peggy Carter is confirmed to return in the film. And then I'm thinking that was pretty much it. I guess they also confirmed that like Reed and Doom have a history in the film, which I would fucking hope so. You know, that seems like a pretty core aspect of the character, but you know, it's confirmed to exist, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, great Deadpool. Deadpool goes to his first Joe Russo or Russo brothers film. Immediately turns gray. Not surprised.
So is that?
I know.
I think it was subliminal messaging because it was like it almost looked like denim, like jean, and it was gray jeans. I don't know if I'm reaching. I don't know, but that's the first thing I thought. I was like, bro, gray jeans, jean gray.
I mean,
like, it's like
I think you might be reaching a little because I mean, Deadpool just has a gray costume in the comics.
But that wasn't the gray costume. Like he looked like look it up right now. It was like almost like denim-y, like jeans.
I mean, did they announce? I don't know. Did they announce Sadie Sink and like that one's?
Here we go. Yeah. And then he posted on his Instagram and said Gene Pool. Oh my god, I literally have the image right now. I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh.
Gray Gene Pool? Fuck off, dude. Do you see it?
Wait. Oh, it does look like jeans. I didn't notice that actually. I just saw the gray.
I know. I think that's why it's such a good like bit because it's like not entirely obvious, but like, dude, I don't know. Listen. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I cannot confirm nor deny, right? But I mean, why else is he gray? But it's not like his normal gray. It's like a denim-y, like jean gray. Like, dude, come on now. Come on now.
Well, I mean, all I'll say is, I haven't read like the big leak. But I have read like the first like sentences of it, and then I stopped reading. I was like, no. Listen, this
I've read a
sounds
million
real.
leaks. I don't know. I've read a million.
The one that
read,
starts
like,
with beep Tobey Maguire. I'll beep. Or I don't know if you want to.
Like for Doomsday. For Doomsday.
Yeah, for Doomsday.
Okay. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. But I didn't get that far in. But I know it has something to do with a great Deadpool. So it also could be that, right? So it could be one of a million things. They didn't confirm he's in the movie. They almost made it seem like he's not. Because he was like, oh, is there any like additional photography or whatever? But that like it could just be a bit. Like we'll have to see. But I thought the highlight of it was that it was gray jeans. That was what I took away from the bit. But maybe you took away something else.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice the gene aspect at all, honestly, but it could really be as silly as that, bro. That'd be hilarious if like this is all for just one bit and he's not even in the fucking movie, bro. Like,
I hope he talks about it after the movie drops, and he's like, now you get it.
Can I say just one thing? I might be a little fun police over here. But I'm a little over these secret, like, Ryan Gosling, or just, like, secret characters being in the audience, like, whatever.
It happened twice.
That's what I mean.
It happened twice.
I mean, but that's it. It's like, okay.
It's been years.
Get a new bit. How about that? Get a new bit. Make something more interesting. I don't know. Did you see what was that one?
It was
I don't even remember. Yeah, Andrew Garfield. No. But I mean, like, there was this bit that I saw on first San Diego Comic Con of like another superhero property, and they put like a bunch of like fake movies, and it was like supposed to parody like the Marvel way of doing it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my god! Wait.
Yes. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Yeah. I thought that was funny. I was like, that's a good bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was also wondering if they were gonna do anything like that with, or not like that, but I mean, anything related to like the Doom masks and with like revealing Doom in the audience or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Overall, that's pretty much it for the presentation, for the Marvel presentation, correct? All the news and
Yeah. That was all. And that's pretty much all the news I have to talk about this week. Is there anything that I missed that you wanted to bring up?
Honestly, I did not look into it as much as I should have, wherein that I could have something. But I just wanted to say, overall, I would say, despite like the maybe lack of information or just lack of future information, I do think it was a good presentation. It did make me, I guess, I don't want to say, maybe not more excited for Doomsday, because I don't know if you can, but at least for just like the direction that Marvel is going in. It did make me quite excited for that. And also I also think it's, sorry, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say they continue to stress the quality over quantity thing, so it made me very, like, I feel like more reassured, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much that actually plays out. I was watching a lot of like Kevin Feige talk during this past week as well, and I think that's also very interesting. Also hearing about like his failures with Blade and how he feels about that, and also how he feels about the way that they're building up Doom. Some of it is like obvious cope, I feel. Some of it is obvious like promotion, or just like, you know, not trying to diminish, I guess, what Marvel is currently building. But like, you can tell me. I want to hear what you think about this. But I do think it is a little bit of a cope when he says like, "Oh, we built up Doom like how we built up Thanos." It's like, bro, like, come on, like, let's be real here, all right? Let's be serious people about this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What do you think about that? Did you see that clip, by the way?
I did. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's built up as good as Thanos, obviously, but so I mean, in that regard, I think what he's saying, like, some things are true, some things are not. You know, it's hit or miss on his interviews or whatever. But for the most part, like, I like how transparent he's being. I feel like this is the most transparent Kevin Feige has ever been.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
And then for the people that were worried about the quantity of stuff announced, you gotta remember D23 is just under a month away. Which, by the way, I believe the 1 year anniversary of this podcast is like under a month away, which is fucking insane.
That's crazy. Oh my god, are you serious?
I remember like in one of our early episodes talking about D23 last year. So, I mean,
I think
crazy, right?
Wasn't one of our first episodes in October, I believe?
No, Nobody 2 was our first episode.
Yeah.
Nobody 2, like... and then that released on August 15th.
Oh my god! Wow, that really was that. Oh my god, we oughta throw a celebration. Dude, I'm so proud. Oh, I guess this is a tangent now, but I'm so proud of us. Holy cow, that's crazy. We've been doing this for a year. Yeah. Holy cow, much. That's so cool, brother. If I was with you right now, I'd dab you up.
Hell yeah, virtual dap up. But yeah. Getting back on topic, we're gonna get more info at D23. Probably, I think by then we'll probably get X-Men, because it'll be after we're told, after we find out that Shady Sink is totally not playing Jean Grey. Then we could probably get the full X-Men lineup, I feel like, at D23.
We'll see. I don't know. That seems a bit much, especially for a film that's so kind of far away still. Isn't it like 2028, 2029?
But they're about to start filming. Like, they have to, like, we're going to find out either way. Like, they're about to start filming.
That's true. Yeah. I mean,
And I feel like the rumors of casting has been ramping up. Like, it just feels like we're building up to an announcement.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I am curious as to like, yeah, what else is left for D23? Maybe like another film, or maybe the X-Men casting, like you said. Like...
They'll probably show Vision Quest. They'll probably show Born Again Season 3.
True.
Okay. Obviously Doomsday. Doomsday. I'm thinking what else is like on the agenda. Maybe they'll announce Nova there, because I feel like that's been being talked about. They could announce Nova there. But I think if I had to guess, the big takeaway of that is going to be X-Men. If I could bet on it, I would.
All right, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Loki, I want to take you up on that bet, but we will discuss further later.
All right. I'm down.
$100 they announced X-Men.
No. I do think they'll announce Defender stuff. Like, I think they'll probably announce a Jessica Jones solo project.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe another Defenders project.
What I'll say is, it would be crazy if they actually got, because I don't know if it's confirmed or anything like that. I believe it's not confirmed. I believe up to now it's just a rumor. But it would be crazy if Cooper Hoffman is our next Cyclops. Like, Kevin Feige really just watched The Long Walk and wanted to give everybody and just love that movie. He really just loved that movie.
Hell yeah. Dude, Cooper Hoffman and Sadie Sink, I see the vision.
No, listen, it's there for sure. I'm a big Cooper Hoffman guy, like, me personally. Like, I loved it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for I
do enjoy him.
It's a really cool movie. But
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see what happens. There's a lot is going on. A lot is changing.
Yeah.
The hierarchy of power in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is changing, bro. Actively.
Yeah, I actually cannot believe in less than 24 hours from now, I'm sitting in the theater watching Spider-Man.
Dude, I'm so fucking jealous, bro. Oh, that's so fucking
incredible.
lit.
Incredible. Okay. So, that's it for What's Poppin'. Let's move into what we watched. So, as you know, there's a bit of a switch in the schedule. We were supposed to review Your Private Hell. We are no longer reviewing Your Private Hell as the main feature. Nicholas, why are we not reviewing Your Private Hell? Tell us why we had to switch.
Because it was boring. It was so fucking boring.
Because it was awful. It was really bad, and I couldn't sit through another minute of it.
No, it sucks. Like, and I really wanted to like the film, and
I was very excited for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not like effortless. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the effort put into like the production design and even like the performances, and I'm not gonna say the writing, but there's definitely like thought behind it. I definitely don't think I got it. Like, I didn't get whatever the movie was trying to convey or communicate to me. Whether that's my fault or the film's fault, it's the film's fault. But yeah, I didn't get it. And two, it really was just horribly slow, dull. There were moments of like interesting things happening, but then like immediately it would lose all the energy and just go to another boring like conversational scene. And I'm like, I don't care. None of these characters are written interesting. None of these characters are interesting to begin with. I don't know. It's just it. What did you think of the film?
Well, I left after about an hour.
Okay.
I just think.
What was that? Wait, can you tell me, like, was there like a specific scene where you're like, okay, I'm done, or you were just like, all right, I'm
Yeah, they did like 3 cigarette light-ups within like a minute, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
Was it
if I had
when
a
they were
dollar
talking
for
at the porch?
I don't remember.
Okay,
all I remember was just a ridiculous amount of times that all that we would be doing is just lighting up cigarettes and putting them out and lighting up cigarettes and putting them out.
I didn't even.
And it just became tedious, and I felt that my time would be better spent doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got up, I left, and I said, Nick, we're picking something else.
You used your free will.
I just
you used your,
yeah.
you used your God-given free will.
I just feel like that movie. wasn't effective enough in whatever it was trying to do. I couldn't tell you what it was trying to do, but it just wasn't being done effectively. Yes, it looked nice, I guess, but it just the colors were nice and the score was okay, but I don't know. I found the performances to unfortunately be flat, whether that's due to the acting or the writing or the direction or what. But I found them to be flat. I just found it boring, a slog, and I was literally checking the time every 2 minutes. I really couldn't sit through this film. I don't think it's worth anyone's time, unfortunately. I really like Sophie Thatcher. I'm not fully sold on Charles Melton, but I do like him. But unfortunately, this movie was just not it, which is why we're not doing a full in-depth review on it.
Also, you're not the only one. I didn't leave the theater, but I saw plenty of people leave my theater, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a theater leaver. I rather sleep. I rather sleep in the theater. Like, all right, I'm just gonna check out. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this time that I have allotted here, and at least I'm gonna get some nice rest. And then there's gonna be there's like a jump scare or like an explosion or a gunshot, and then like it completely ruins everything. But
right.
But yeah, I don't know. It was unfortunate. I wanted to ask you, when you say that you're not sold on Charles Melton, do you mean his performance, like, and his character, or like him as an actor in general?
Him as an actor, like I after that May December movie, which I didn't really like, to be honest. I feel like he started getting cast in a lot of things, and he started getting like a lot of hype online, and I don't know. I just don't really see it personally. I think the closest.
Oh, sorry.
The closest I've gotten to seeing it was Warfare.
I actually haven't seen Warfare.
He was in that. I believe the title was Warfare. Let me double check.
I know what movie you're talking. The A24 movie where it's
yeah. I don't know. I just something doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I feel like he might have not been the best for this part. Maybe he looked too young. I don't know.
For this part, I was a little, because I think this film is getting a lot of inspiration, or trying to do like kind of like a comic thing, like a superhero type thing. There was like these comic motifs at least within the Charles Melton aspect of the story. And in the Sophie Thatcher aspect too. And so I think like this is me trying to understand it. I think so. Charles Melton was kind of supposed to be like a superhero or like a Batman type figure. I will say the one part, the single part of the film where I was like, that's cool, is when Charles Melton is like walking through like a hallway trying to like get the bad guys, whoever they are, and then it's like strobing, it's like strobe lights. And you see like his facial changes, and then like his like body changes, and do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know if you were there for that.
Yeah. No, it's shot well. It's definitely shot well. But
which is what I mean.
Actually, being shot isn't very interesting, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is like, and there's like other things too within the production design, or also within like the characters. I think like the two side characters, the two side like girls that are like kind of going around, and I guess like I don't know what they're trying to be, if like witches or like I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about. They have big eyes. That's how like I characterize them.
I don't remember, dude. That's
totally fine. That's totally fine. But like what my point with saying this is like the Charles Melton aspect, that thing, even some of the Sophie Thatcher stuff. There's an idea behind this for sure. I just don't understand, and I don't know what's going wrong. And I really just think like if this movie was tilted like 1.5 degrees, like just on my screen, it would make sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I really just feel like it's something that I'm not getting at it. And I also, just real quick, I do really like Charles Melton. I saw him in I did really like May December. I really liked May December also because of him. Not just because of him, but for other aspects as well. I thought he was good in it. And then I also saw Beef season 2, and he's in that. He's like one of the main characters. He's great.
See, I haven't seen Beef.
So. You should. Yeah, at least season 2. I think season 2 is a lot better than season 1 in my opinion. But that's just my hot take. But yeah, I don't know. I like him. I think he's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. We don't have to keep talking about this movie because at the end of the day, you didn't even finish. Like you didn't even finish it, and I wasn't even awake for half of it. But it's just I don't know. It's art slop. You know what I mean? It's what is it in Cannes? I think it went to Cannes. It's Cannes slop.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Was there anything else you watched this week, Owen?
Not really. Nothing worth discussing. I'm ready to hop into the main review if you don't have anything else.
I did want to mention one film that I watched this week.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the 2018 film Tag, directed by Jeff Tomsic, led by
with Hawkeye.
Yes, with the guy from the Jeremy Renner app. Led by him and Ed Helms and John Hamm and Jake Johnson and Hannibal Buress, along with others, but they are the main ensemble. This is a kind of an interesting comedy film. It's about these 5 dudes who are like in their middle ages now, but they've like continued to play the same game of tag throughout their childhood growing up, and now it's like one of their last games. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. This I just popped this on one night. I was like, I just want to watch something. I don't really care. And what I didn't expect was kind of, a very kind of somewhat interestingly directed and written and performed film that like has sometimes like changes styles of like film directing, I guess. Like sometimes it looks like a more serious like spy movie, and then other times it's like this like lighthearted buddy comedy. And then also the performances and the chemistry from everyone. Jeremy Renner isn't necessarily part of the ensemble for a lot of the film, so it's mainly Hannibal Buress, Ed Helms, Jake Johnson, and John Hamm, who are like together with also actresses Leslie Biv. I don't have their faces to their names, so I can't really say them, but other people as well. Unfortunately, I can't. But whatever. They all had like really funny performances. They bounced off each other really well. The way they paired these characters up in scenes, I also thought was very interesting, and what they made them do. And yeah, overall, like it's not a great necessarily narrative. There isn't a lot going on in terms of like, I guess, an arc, but you don't really need that all the time. And there is definitely like there is an emotional story going on here too, which it works as an undercurrent for like the comedy. I feel like I'm talking about this film really like scientifically, really like analysis wise, but like, and I don't really mean to do that. I don't really know how to talk about like comedy like that. I want to find more ways of saying that like I just found it funny, but honestly, yeah, like I just found it funny. And then I was also surprised to see the reaction to it when I logged it on Letterboxd. I was like, oh, people like don't like this movie. People think it's like dumb and boring.
I've never seen it. I've been wanting to see it, so hopefully, now I can catch it.
Yeah, I mean, like I had heard about it like very much in passing, and I was just like whatever, I guess I'll watch it. But it just caught me off guard as to what I thought was gonna be a dumb comedy film was a dumb comedy film with some spice on top. You know what I mean? So nice. I was into it. It successfully kept my attention, and I don't know, it made me laugh. So Tag from 2018, directed by Jeff Tomsic.
What more could you want?
I watched this on HBO Max. So if you have HBO Max, go ahead and do it there.
You know I do, pal.
There you go.
I'm a slop consumer.
Aren't we all at this day and age? Just pump straight sewage into my living room. Thank you very much.
Yep, please. I'll pay you to do it. Okay. Let's move into our review of Hadestown, the musical. So I think because this is like a recording of a show, let's just be spoilers from the very start, just so we can really discuss everything, because it's just like it's a known story. So I don't know how much there's to discuss, but I just want to say spoiler warning if you plan to see it and you don't want to be spoiled. You can click off now. Here is a brief summary off the internet. A musical blends the Orpheus and Eurydice myth with the story of Hades and Persephone. The production examines how the struggles of real life impact human attempts to build a perfect world. Nick, what did you think about the Hadestown musical movie?
I thought it was great. Like, genuinely, I had only heard about Hadestown, also kind of like just in passing, maybe like seen some clips here and there, just like in my life. But I was excited to watch it just because I'm having a little bit of a post-Odyssey Greek mythology kick. Even though this movie or this musical doesn't really have much to do with Greek mythology, other than just like the names of the characters and some sharing themes. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. The music really like struck me as this like inspiration of like New Orleans jazz and such. I was very much into it, and yeah, like it was. I also really liked the story and just like the characters. Like they were all very interesting. Actually, maybe not all of them. But well, we can get into that a little bit. But it's unfortunate which character was the least interesting. But but yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought my time was well spent. What did you think of the film, Alon, or of the musical?
Yeah, I thought it was really great. I just want to say, on a production standpoint, I thought it was very well choreographed. The music, I had never seen Hadestown nor heard most of the songs, so I thought the songs were beautiful. The story of Eurydice and Orpheus is one that is near and dear to me, just because I played Orpheus in a play in high school.
You did do that.
And so I guess just always have a special connection to the Orpheus and Eurydice story. And so it was really cool to see like a different interpretation of that. I thought most of the cast was phenomenal. I thought the sets were beautiful. The background dancers were great. The numbers were great. The energy was awesome. The moving stage bits were great. And then on a movie aspect, I thought they filmed it expertly. I thought filming a Broadway show is like a specific skill, and I would say it's done like perfectly, like when it cuts and to who it cuts to and where it cuts, and each moment of each song. It's very masterful, and it really heightens like the thing when Eurydice is falling down the first time, and then like the camera it like looks up through the hole in the wall. I thought that was incredible. Like I thought it was really, really great. I thought Hades was amazing.
Wait, I want to mention another camera moment real quick. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When Orpheus finally looks back. And then we get what is his name? It's Hermes. And then we get like Hermes' shoes, like walking in on like them about to like announce the news of like, oh, you're I guess not or being sent to the Hadestown back again. Do you know what I'm talking? Do you remember that scene?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bro, I thought that was
that's like the main scene.
No. I mean, of course that's the main scene, but I was just that like moment with the shoes. I just think that was so good.
Yeah.
And also when when Orpheus, I believe, enters Hadestown for the first time or something like that, and like the camera like kind of gets like to a handheld motion, and it almost looks like they're just like in a room. I was like, oh, did they just like film this somewhere else? I was like, oh no, they just completely like moved in, like zoomed in, and made sure to cut out the audience. I don't know. A lot of very interesting camera work. I very much agree. But
yeah, like very powerful and very like effective, I would say. So yeah, as I was saying, I thought Hades was incredible. Apparently he had like broken his leg or something during one of the rehearsals, and they decided to let him. They decided to let him like continue with the show. And I feel like it honestly really, really added to his character, I would say. And then there was a read that I saw online that like the broken leg, like the cast on his leg is like Hades' love for Persephone, like is always gonna like drag him down and still make him partly human. And so I just thought that was like an interesting read on it, and obviously that wasn't what was intended, but it's a cool spin on it, making light of the injury. Persephone was incredible. So much energy and so much like pizzazz in the performance. Beautiful
Absolutely.
voice. The Eurydice was great. Unfortunately, I didn't love the Orpheus.
Now, I completely forgot that you had played this character. How much of like that, of like you playing this character, do you think is like affecting your opinion of his performance?
It might be a decent amount, but also I don't like the way he was singing. I don't like the way he sang the songs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I felt like it was a very weak casting. And honestly, I feel like it drags down the film and like the production like down a little bit, just because everyone else around him is so great and he's good, right? But I just feel, I don't know, he just doesn't feel right. Like maybe his style of singing or what. I know him and the actress who plays Eurydice are married in real life.
Yeah.
And they're both on Broadway in The Great Gatsby right now.
Mm-hmm. Not to make it like a big deal, but there's like a 13-year age gap between them, which I mean, she's like 30 and he's like 43 now. But when they met, they were like 20. She was 24 and he was whatever 13 plus 24 is. I think 37. Which is like it's like crazy. I don't know. I just wanted to point it out. I learned that as well, and people talk about it on the internet. They're like, "Oh, you're like manipulating." I don't really care, have an opinion, but I just think it's silly and funny to think about. Yeah, just real quickly about Orpheus. It is unfortunate because he is the face of like the musical essentially, which I also don't necessarily agree with, because one, I think Eurydice is the more interesting character, is more of a main character in terms of like what she does and how she actually affects the plot and the situation around her. And two, I don't know, I was listening to the music after watching the show, obviously, and I like some of it. You know, I agree that like his voice is weird. There is like a certain iconicism to his voice. Like it definitely has like a charm or like a memorable factor to it. And I wouldn't say it's bad. What I will say is bad is just how the character of Orpheus in general is written. Overall, I think he's like the least interesting character, the one with the least to do other than just like the obvious like walk around. And in general, like I don't think this musical is like it has great music, but I don't think like an aspect of that is the lyrics. I think the lyrics are a little like okay. You know,
it's the melodies.
It's the melodies, exactly. It's the melodies, and it's like the instrumentals, the big bands that they have behind it that really make it. And you know, it's not bad lyrics either. Like some of it is clever, but it's not anything spectacular, is my point. So overall, like I just think the writing of the musical is like not the best, and I really unfortunately think that affects Orpheus. He definitely does get the short end of the stick, just because all his cool stuff is pretty much cut out. Yeah.
Like he just appears in the underworld. Like we don't really see that process. I think he could have really used a solo, like getting from the overworld to the underworld. But yeah, I didn't mention Hermes. Incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible performance. Incredible voice, incredible facial expressions, gestures, just everything about his performance was just so fantastic, so gripping. Literally any movement by him like gets applause in the audience. Was just so like magical, and it really does show the difference between like a stage performance and an on-screen performance, and they're both very different categories of acting, and I think it's really cool to see the difference and the magic in both.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Honestly, from like the gods in general, Hermes and Hades, I'll talk about Hermes real quickly. Yeah, he's great. I'm surprised I don't see him in more stuff, genuinely, because he is also very like iconic. He has like that voice with the I don't know. There's something about him. He's just very cool. And Hades as well. I also didn't. I was unsure. I was like trying to figure out throughout while I was watching it. I was like, is the boo? Is that like something with the character? Or is that like the actor just broke his leg and they were like trying to find a way to fit it in? At the end of the day, like I kind of. I figured that it was like the actor having an accident, and then also, but I also kind of excused it as like, oh, he's like Hades, he's like Satan, he's like a goat, like a goat like character, and like the goat can, like he was like walking around like that a little bit, or like that's what the boot reminded me of, like how like goat hooves are portrayed or whatever.
Interesting.
And like I also think it was like part of the dynamic of like, yeah, like he's like half human, half like demon or demon god. So I don't know. That's what I thought about it. I just thought it was interesting, and his performance also, like that very booming voice, like low deep voice, that like especially with that first line of his introduction, bro, like it like completely.
Oh, it was awesome.
It completely silences everyone.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
From my understanding is that this was like the original Broadway cast, which then returned, like from 2019, and then they returned for like a 3-night performance where they filmed this in 2025.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah, okay, cool. Because I guess like also another thing I'll mention real quickly is I did watch a little bit of a slime tutorial of the original Broadway casting, and they also made some changes for the film to obviously just the theater. Like for example, like one of the most notable was in one of the initial songs where it's Orpheus and Eurydice talking about how much they love each other. I think it's like to my wedding or wedding song or something like that. There's like a scene where like Orpheus lays on the ground, then he picks up Eurydice and like puts him on his waist as if they're like about to have sex, and then like she lifts in the movie, she lifts and like puts up her leg, and then like she lands right next to him, and then they hold hands. But in the original Broadway like recording, the slime tutorial that I saw, like they are very like she sits on his waist, and like they kind of like move around like a little bit, and then she lays down next to him. So I also think that's like I'm curious to know what other differences like there is between the film and like the original Broadway like thing. I kind of do want to go back and watch the whole thing to like see what other things I noticed. But I just wonder if that's like a symptom of it trying to be like more kidified, I guess, or like, funnier or whatever. I think there's another moment as well when Hades first looks at Eurydice, and like he like puts down his glasses when he's holding onto Persephone's hand. And then in the original Broadway recording, I believe there's just long, it's a long drawn out moment of just like pause and silence, and I don't think Orpheus interrupts them. And then, but in the movie, it's like cut pretty quickly, and then Orpheus jumps in. So I'm just, I guess I'm just
see. I wonder if it was the same director.
That's a good question. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know either, because I don't know when that slime tutorial was recorded. I just know it's the original Broadway casting. But
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like stuff like that, I'm a little curious about. I would like to know. I think it's just a symptom of it trying to be like more like PG-13, because like considering musical fans tend to skew younger. I don't know. It's just very interesting. But overall, I it didn't really affect my enjoyment of the film that much. By the end of it, I suppose. Did you? I didn't know. I didn't know what was gonna. I didn't remember what was gonna happen by the end of the story if like he actually looked back. But it was cool to like. I was around a lot of people who had.
Were you not stage manager for that show? I'm just confused. What were you doing? Like, was your thumb in your ass? Like...
But like, listen. First off, that was years ago. Second off, that wasn't the whole point of the show. I don't think so. At least was it? It was like something else. It was a Midsummer Night's Dream.
That
Wasn't
was
it?
no. It was when we did Play That Goes Wrong.
Oh
One
yeah.
act, and you
You're
were
right.
to
You're
see
right.
one
You're right.
act.
You're right. No, but that was a weird.
And
But
no,
that was a
it's
weird
the
thing.
it's the big climax of the show.
Was I stage manager for that one? I
Anyway.
actually don't even remember. I don't even remember. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Listen, the show went off with a hitch, didn't it? Without a hitch, didn't it? I did my job. If you didn't notice anything bad happen in the show, then I did my job. Thank you very much.
That's very funny. That's very funny. Did you have a favorite song that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, absolutely. Lady of the Underground, the first song from Act 2, which I think is a little underrated. I love the energy of it. I love Persephone's singing in it.
Yeah, her energy was great.
Yeah, and then also just like the band, like the jazz band. I'm a big jazz guy. You like jazz? So like, just hearing that throughout the whole movie, and especially in this one particular song, it's very cool. It's very Swayze. I don't know. I was really into it. What about you?
Nice. I have a few. I want to mention Way Down Hadestown.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also great.
The opener, Road to Hell, really, really good. And then, although I don't love the way he sings it, Wait For Me is just undeniably an amazing number. So I think those are my big three for the show.
I'll say also Doubt. Like that whole, I mean, I don't know if that song in particular, but that whole sequence of like them actually walking and the like musical culmination to him actually looking back, that was like, that whole sequence is great. That whole song was great, especially sung by the Fates and everything. So cool.
Yeah. I really liked like the stage spinning as he was walking. It was really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was spectacular. So I don't know. I that's pretty much all I have to say about it. You can't.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
me as
you can't
well.
really watch it. Because we're gatekeeping it. Because that's it. Nobody gets allowed to watch it. No, it's because
I know
it's only out for like 5
They
nights.
extended the run.
Oh really? Okay, never
run
mind then.
it was
Ignore everything I
successful.
said.
I don't know for how long. But I do know that the run was extended for a period of time, so that's pretty cool.
Run, don't walk to your nearest theater to watch Hadestown, I suppose.
Yeah. I really like this thing of Broadway shows being like taped.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope we get
and
more
like
of them.
played in theaters. Yeah.
I've noticed more of them after
Popping
Hamilton.
up. Yeah.
And if anything, I know they're probably going to release this on digital soon, because that's the same thing that they did with Waitress. I know they released like Waitress the musical in theaters last year, and then it hit like streaming pretty soon.
Like I said, it's making a lot of money, so it's successful. So I'm sure they'll do more. I don't think they'll stop here.
Yeah, cool. I hope so.
All right, so that's it for episode 48 of Popcorn Problems. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and if you made it this far, you're the real MVP. We'll be back next week reviewing this podcast's first Spider-Man film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I also think it's our first Marvel film, which is awesome. In the meantime, hit us up on socials at Popcorn Problems Pod and let us know what you thought of the Hadestown the musical movie. Don't forget to follow and rate us 5 stars on whichever platform you're using, and DM us your hottest takes and suggestions. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Have a good one.